Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay, assalamu alaikum. We'll go ahead and start. Mashallah, we have a pretty good crowd online. Let me make sure someone, let me just write as someone letting people. Okay, that way someone else can be letting people into Zoom, so I'm not missing someone out. All right, Jazakallah khair. It's back to school night. We're excited. Mashallah, we have quite a few. See, it keeps popping up. So hopefully it's someone else. Just want to start off. This is kind of the main session for 1st through 11th grade, where I'm going to go over general items as a whole school. Then there will be specific sessions for 6th grade, and then 7th and 8th in high school. And whenever you don't have that category, all the homeroom classes and religious studies classrooms are open for you to go visit. It's just this first session, we're all in here, and then you're free to attend any of the scheduled ones. They're all in here. Or, like I said, visit a homeroom or a religious studies teacher, inshallah. So I want to start off. I know this is too small, but hopefully you all have this. I want to remind you of these calendars. I'll always remind you of these calendars, inshallah, that October 28th is a 1st through 11th grade day off, meaning Montessori is still in session. So you can still bring your Montessori kids. It's a purple day, right? We have some color coding going on. It's a purple day, meaning only 1st through 11th is off. That's parent-teacher conferences. That's the time where you get to ask you make a 15-minute meeting with each of the teachers. You ask very specific questions about your children. Of course, you don't have to wait until October 28th if you have specific questions about your children. Just send an email to the teacher, schedule a meeting anytime. Today is a general, right? What their curriculum is, what the books they're going to be covering, what field trips. Those are the types of things you're going to hear about today. What we've done differently. So in the past, parent-teacher conferences were 3 minimum days. Why this year it's 1 day off is to meet 2 needs. One, a lot of working families have voiced that it's a lot easier to manage 1 day off than 3 half days. And teachers have given feedback that 3 half days is almost a wash academically. Again, it's way easier as a teacher to manage 1 day off academically than 3 minimum days. So that's why there is a change in our schedule this year than there have been in the past, where it used to be 3 minimum days. So definitely you're allowed to ask questions, but it's meant to be general that would benefit the group. Specific, you make an appointment, or inshallah also October 28th is coming for all of you to schedule parent-teacher conferences, inshallah. First thing that's a school-wide, 1st through 11th grade, is values of the month. Really, we've always had values of the month, but really taking it to another level and pairing it with an app called Live School, right? Students love to feel like they're getting incentivized points for going above and beyond. So each month there's a theme. This month is compassion and kindness. If you're passed by the turf along the fence, you're going to see a lot of posters on the inside. Students were given the opportunity to make posters about kindness and compassion and what that means to them. We do those reminders during morning assembly classes. This is meant to be a whole school. And then every month there's this theme that you can see. This is not just taught in Islamic studies. This is taught in all their classes, in their homeroom, and a reminder of the manners and the characteristics that Muslims should have. Of course, we want those A's, but we also want strong character and morals, right? Our mission is academic and moral excellence in Islamic environment. So to help push our values of the month and incentivize, we've adopted an app called Live School, where teachers are able to add points to students when they meet student expectations. So for this month, there's expectations set around kindness and compassion. When they go above, someone drops something, someone helps pick them up, keep a door open, help carry something, and so forth. And then they can earn points and use them at the dean's store to purchase items in the Dean Store when they collect so many points. Parents do have an opportunity to log in to see your own child's points. Sister Aisha, who's taking lead, who is our school director, will be sending out that email so that you can connect and download Live School and see those points as they're happening. And there's no negative points. There's no discipline. I know you could see a red as a minus. We don't use the minus. This is about enforcing positive behavior. If they do something wrong, that's going to be a discipline and facts, but this is meant to reinforce positive behavior. In line with that, social emotional learning, we know it's important to really look at the whole child. And this is something we've been talking about for years at OCS, of bringing on a school counselor. So we're very excited to have finally made that jump as a part-time position, and we hope for this to grow. And I want to be very clear. There's a lot of different types, and we want to be clear what her role is. But mashallah, Sister Rabia Shakil, I don't know if she's walked in yet. Maybe she can wave. When I see her, I'll have her wave. Mashallah, she has her bachelor's in psychology and social behavior from UCI, a master's in education and human development from George Washington University. She does hold a credential in school counseling. It's called a pupil personnel services credential, and has over 8 years of experience, mashallah. So what is a school counselor? Oh, that red is kind of hard to read, but it's a highly trained educator and mental health professional that supports students' academic, personal, social, and career development. So there's a lot that happens where she's collaborating with teachers, with parents, with administration to see how we can really meet the needs of the whole child, right? There's always more that goes on than, again, like I said, more than the academics. So how can she help? Really working on social emotional learning resources for our teachers, how they can bring that into the classroom, different lesson plans, books that could be read, a whole school model, right? This isn't about just individual children. This is about looking at our whole school and the community that we're trying to build here. Helping with classroom lessons, so going into a class, maybe one teacher realizes there's a lot going on during snack and lunch of not really playing nicely with each other. She can come in and address it on a broader level and kind of give students those tools of how to interact in a positive way with each other. Obviously, there's going to be some conflict resolution and mediation between students and help students work through that. And then, of course, there's always that consultation with stakeholders. This last one, it's okay. I'm pretty sure this is group sessions was that last one that's being, oh, let me just move this up. Let's do that. Yes, I was right. Group counseling as well. So we want to be clear, it's not therapy, right? She is not a therapist. We want to be very clear of what she is and what she isn't. Obviously, if a child is having really significant issues that is beyond the classroom, and maybe you identify, like, you know what, I see they're having a hard time. We're going through 1, 2, 3 at home. Do you think you can talk to our child? Obviously, technically, it would be, you know what, let's refer you to Access Community Service. Let's refer you to Khalil Center that has licensed therapists to help your child work through something that's on a more personal level. Again, this is meant to be, group setting, classroom, skills, how to work with their peers, work with their teachers. So we want to be clear that when those situations arise and you ask for that type of help, we do have resources that we can connect you with to provide you that therapy. And of course, it's confidential what she hears from a student or works with. This isn't meant for her to ask, oh, so what's going on in the home, right? Again, this is meant for a student to feel safe and again, work on their social and emotional learning. And of course, everything is always confidential. So we're really excited about all the different ways we're tackling character, emotions, and behavior at our school, alhamdulillah. School uniforms, we're getting there, people. We're almost there, right? It's coming in. The lower school jumpers, we've been told, finally is going to start being jumpers, sent out, shipped, I meant to say, is going to finally be shipped. That was the last of the pieces. It's custom, again, fabric and design that was brought to match our school colors, so it took a little longer. So you should start getting those shipment notifications for the lower school jumpers. The upper school girls, most of you started receiving those. I've received mine for my daughter. I have another one on its way. Outerwear will be available soon. SubhanAllah, was a little chilly this morning, in the last few mornings. Know that your children may wear a solid navy jacket, because I believe that still hasn't been shipped yet, the outerwear. So your children may wear solid navy jackets until those, again, are ready. I do want to say, unfortunately, fortunately for the girls, I guess, or not unfortunately for us, they do run small. The tunic and the PE outfit for upper school, you do need to size up. So for me, I did request a return. It was too small. She's going to exchange it. The new one is already getting shipped out for me, and I just ordered it Monday. So we do have a few samples outside at the table. They're not for sale. We have one of each size for you to start seeing the sizes and getting an idea. We ask that you do need to get the right size for your children that is long enough, right? The test is the raise your arms test, right? If your children raise their arms and we're seeing something, it's not long enough. So although, again, our children are different sizes, you do have to be mindful. You might have to size up when maybe that's not their size, but you need to size up because, mashallah, they're taller, you need the length, and so far. We're working with the vendor to split where you don't have to order the PE girls as a set. That way you can order a different size for the top and the bottom. We're working on it, and we will get there, inshallah. Please do continue to give that feedback. I mean, you have to know that, mashallah, these were custom designed, the upper school girls. It was from an OCS parent, Miss Mona Shams, mashallah, spent months going back and forth with these custom designs so our girls can look modest while stylish, while, showing the school spirit. So it's a process, and we'll keep making those adjustments. Obviously, we did find that the polos and t-shirts for boys and girls do heavily shrink, unfortunately. I've heard that if you've reached out, she has accepted the return, even if you washed it. She's been accepting those returns and providing you the size bigger if it shrunk to a point that it's too small. I think I'm old school fob where I already ordered 2-3 sizes larger, so when they shrunk, I was still fine. But some, of course, you did not anticipate. It's new, the sizing, I get it. We do, like I said, have one of every size outside that you can use to try on, not to buy, but then to order. We're gonna give you one more week. Starting September 30th, we will start actually checking who's wearing it and making a list and asking you, have you at least ordered? So September 30th, we're gonna start asking, have you ordered? Have you ordered? We notice he or she is not wearing it. We still give time, because obviously as long as you show us, like, yes, I ordered it, I just didn't get it yet, you're good. But khalas, we need to start really checking now. Did you order? Is it coming? Or you're just gonna see how long this is gonna go without ordering. So next week, next month, not this Monday, the following Monday, inshallah, we will start to check and ask, have you ordered the uniforms yet? Do you need help? We would love to help. Let's get everyone. They look amazing, by the way. I believe the majority of elementary, when we hold assembly, the majority, I would say 80 to 90% is wearing the school uniform, mashallah, and they look great. So let's keep it up. Upper school was due to the vendor, and we'll get there. After school programs, so 2 have already begun. You can stop by the front office with Ms. Sada if you're interested in registering in Taekwondo or balloon arts and crafts. They have begun, but I believe you're still able to register if interested. An email had gone out from before, but stop by the office or type in after school, and you'll find that email that you realized you did not see a few weeks ago, and that's okay. But we're adding a new after-school program that we're really excited about. It will be starting September 30th. They have set up tables in the courtyard so you can learn more about it. They're a Muslim organization called STEM Academy. They actually are run out of the Irvine Masjid, but they're gonna bring their classes here to us after school. So 3:30 to 5 o'clock, Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's $180 a month. There's 3 tracks. Students who are in 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grade, you'll see those are the different really hands-on STEM activities that they will be doing for the next 3 months. 4th, 5th, and 6th is a little bit more about programming and coding. They'll learn some basic languages. And then 7th and up will be also, again, more programming and coding, as well as mobile application development, where they will get to learn how to design their own mobile app. So we're really excited to bring this to OCS and partner with a Muslim organization for more after-school programming for our students. We hope to continue growing this. And like I said, they have a table set up. You can learn more about the STEM Academy outside, and of course a flyer will be going out. It will start next week, and again, not this following week, but the next week. Remind everyone of Night Under Stars. Mashallah, over 600 tickets have already sold. That's more than what we had last year, mashallah. Last year, we do get around about 1,000 people. We expect way more this year, mashallah. It's a great family event. So you know that when you purchase a ticket, you're selecting where you sit. So the longer you wait, the further back you're going to sit. I promise you'll still have an amazing time, but definitely get a ticket sooner so you're not all the way in the back. Today is the last day for early bird ticket price. It goes up by $10 tomorrow. So today is your last chance to get the $35 ticket price rather than the $45. Tomorrow we have 2 exciting events on campus. In the morning for our parents, we have Sheikh Yasser Fazaga through Access, our partnership with Access California and the Masjid. He'll be going over navigating challenging conversations with your children. This is going to be a really interesting and valuable topic, 8:30 in the conference room. That's tomorrow. There will be some light refreshments brought to you by PTO. And then the students will be holding a bake sale for relief, for the flood relief in Bangladesh. So students are asked to bring items, but of course, if you as adults wish to bring, you're more than welcome to help our students be civically engaged and work on helping others around the world. There is an Umrah trip coming up through OCS. Mashallah, Brother Ahmed is partnering up with Imam Suhaib Webb to host our OCS families. Whoever ever goes always says it's the best time. They really do enjoy an Umrah trip with other OCS families. That's, again, during winter break. And if you're interested, I'm sure you'll find Ahmed somewhere. There's actually a table at the brick courtyard as well if you're interested, and you can ask questions. So I kind of started with this, but all of these joint sessions are in here. So I'm 5 to 5:20. It's 20 right now. Oh, 22, just kidding. That clock is 2 minutes behind. So the 6th grade session will be in here, 7th and 8th, and high school's all in here at these timings. But if you don't have those timings, you're free to go to any homeroom or religious studies classroom. And that was sent to you. I don't think I have it here. No, I don't. In your email and outside, it shows where the classrooms of every single teacher. I would assume you know the homeroom, but you may want that for religious studies. You may not know where the Arabic teacher or the Quran or Islamic studies. So open up that attachment I sent in the email or stop by the OCS table and take a picture of it so that way you can find the other teachers besides your child's homeroom teacher. Wow, I did it, people. Okay, alhamdulillah. So that's for my session, 25. So in 2 minutes, we'll start the 6th grade session. So stay here. The rest of you and teachers, you guys can wave. Go ahead and go to your classrooms and start opening up for all the parents. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum. Miss Iman, are you the one taking it from me? Or Miss Samaya? Oh, let me open your presentation. All right, let's open the 6th grade one. Oh, that's what I need to do. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and have you start, and then when Ms. Sumaya comes, she'll jump in. So I will go ahead and hand it over to our homeroom teacher, Ms. Iman. Is she walking in right now? Okay, she's coming. Then we'll wait for her. Oh, you don't have to run. You're good.
Assalamu alaikum, parents. My name is Sumaya Ilyas. For those of you who don't know me, I've been teaching here for the past 10 years. I moved up to upper school director in the last couple of years. I know for sixth grade we had a shift. You guys were still gonna have one more year of elementary school, but alhamdulillah, there was a change. Miss Iman was willing to join us, and she is now part of our high school team. So I'd like to introduce her.
All right, assalamu alaikum, everybody. It's nice to see a lot of familiar faces. I'm so excited to be teaching sixth grade again. I love your kiddos, mashallah, they're really amazing kids, and I love the sixth grade curriculum. So for those who do not know me, I have a bachelor's in fine arts, graphic design. I graduated from the American University in Dubai, and then I have a master's in elementary education, as well as my cleared credential, California teaching credential. This is my 11th year in education and my 11th year at OCS. So I did pass out the syllabus a couple of weeks ago to your kiddos, and they should have them with them. I also have it on our website. For those of you that have tried the website, it's just a fun way to kind of see what we're doing for the week, but also has important details like the syllabus. English is a lot of fun. Again, I love the sixth grade curriculum. There's a lot of, the novels are a lot of fun. So we're reading two main novels, Wonder, as well as A Long Walk to Water. A Long Walk to Water has a big project that we work on. It's like a charity project that we work with Salam Charity. So that's a lot of fun. We're excited, inshallah, for that. We do, again, a lot of short stories, fictional, non-fictional, poetry. So it's a lot of fun. Of course, our essays, students are now working on their first essay. And history, again, is a lot of fun because it's a lot about the ancient world and ancient civilizations. My favorite is ancient Egypt. There is so much fun stuff to do with that, but also with all of them. Ms. May and I, inshallah, are working out the field trips. Inshallah, once we have details for those, I will let you know, as well as Ms. Sumaya. Assessments, quizzes, novels, just like last year, nothing different. They're just bigger. That's the only difference, a little bigger. A lot more writing for sure, a lot more essays, because again, they're middle school, alhamdulillah. So, and that's pretty much it. So any details about, again, assignments, all that fun stuff is all on the website, as well as your kiddos have the syllabus with them, inshallah.
Next, we're going to have our science teacher, Mr. Estrada.
Hi, my name is Christian Estrada. Good evening. Sorry, I haven't been up on the stage before, so I'm gonna be the sixth grade science teacher. I have 2 years in education. I got my bachelor's at Cal State Long Beach in cell bio and physio, and I also have a minor in chemistry. So yeah, that's a pretty big title, but mainly just working in science. And this is my first year here. And so for Earth and Space, we're mostly going to be talking about the formation and changes of the Earth environment, the different cycles that's part of the Earth's environment, as well as the wonders of space. So right now I'm starting off with the Earth. So we just finished talking about the topsoil. So I'm going from Earth out to space instead of from space to Earth, because I feel like it's more easier and it's more funner for the kids. And the main projects we're going to have is the water cycle and a solar system model. And right now, I'm just kind of trying to transition them into taking notes before I kind of realize that, taking a lot of notes can be a little hard for them since they're sixth graders. So I did this new system of fill in the blank. I have posted on Google Classroom all the lecture notes. They're going to be posted on there. And then I also have the fill in the blank. So if they miss a day, they can print out the fill in the blank and fill it out with the lecture slides on there. And I'm giving them points for every time we do notes. So I collect it and give it back to them the next day. It's gonna be around 10 points. and I just check that they are following along with my lecture slides and grasping the material. And I'm also making sure that they have a study guide before an exam, and I make sure that they know. I have this thing where if I repeat something twice, that's because it's going to be in the exam. I want them to be prepared as possible, and also just get them excited for science as well. So thank you.
And next we'll have Ms. Ala Tweet.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ms. Alat Tweet, and this is my 8th year teaching middle school mathematics. This is my 2nd year here at OCS. I have a Bachelor of Science for Civil Engineering and my single subject math credential from CSU LB, and getting it cleared this year, inshallah. For 6th grade math, we're going to be focusing on these main topics: the real number system and all operations that come with it, expressions, equations, and properties, geometry, including area, perimeter, volume. We also have a fun project with that, inshallah. Ratios and proportional relationships, data analysis, and statistics. Wherever I can, I'm going to try and push them. But because this is their first year in middle school, we're going to take it a little bit slow, give them that foundation that they need, and then inshallah build them up.
And then beyond that, now that they're in middle school, they do take on a couple of elective classes. So Ms. Iman agreed upon doing 2 days a week elective with our kids. So we have this, she has this vision, and I'm working with her to see it through. So inshallah, there'll be more to come, and we will share that information with you as parents. Ms. Jude is taking on 6th grade AVID, and AVID is all about just getting them ready for the future, their career pathways, getting them in that mindset. So right now she's working on first quarter is public speaking skills. So it's cute. They're working in little groups. They're prepping each other. They're learning interview skills, just getting comfortable talking in front of large crowds. There'll be days where we pull her in because we need a little bit more support, and maybe we notice there's weak points in English or math, and we're like, hey, can you spend a day a week working on these skills? So alhamdulillah, she did it with us last year, and it was great. So we want to take care of our 6th graders as much as possible. And then for those who have boys in 6th grade, you already know Coach Ricardo, but their PE teacher this year is Miss Hannah, and she is a true PE teacher. She makes them run, she makes them work, and she loves what she does. So alhamdulillah, inshallah, it will be a good year for your kids. Brother Mustafa is our Islamic studies teacher. You'll get a chance to meet him in his classroom later today. And then Ms. Foz, Ms. Rania is Arabic, and then Ms. Wiam and Ms. Sara for Quran, and they'll be in their classrooms after this as well. Okay. So at this point, we are done for 6th grade. So yes. Yes, we are. We have to do something for them for sure. Yes, don't worry. We haven't forgotten about them. We're still working on it. There's been so many ideas of doing a party in the beginning of the school year and the end of the school year for them, trying to celebrate them as much as possible, because this was a big leap, not just for the kids, but for the parents, because it's a switch in mindset for everyone. So we do want to celebrate them for taking on this challenge, not just as parents, but as students. Yes. I'm sorry. We're working on that. So Brother Ahmed oversees Camp 99, and it's in discussion right now. So it's mid-November, the weekend before Thanksgiving. I don't want to promise anything right now. I have to talk to Brother Ahmed again, but it has been brought to his attention. Yeah. So at this point, we are done. So if you are interested in meeting your teachers, Miss Iman and Mr. Estrada are going to be in M15. Miss Ala is with us for a little bit longer, but you can visit your Quran and Arabic teachers on the modular side as well. So everybody's going to be there. Except for Miss Ala, she has to do the middle school 7th grade. Yeah, and then she'll come. And then for those of us waiting for the middle school presentation, just give us a couple of minutes and we'll get ready. Assalamu alaikum, parents. We'll be getting started in a couple of minutes with our middle school team for 7th and 8th grade. Just as a reminder, we're going to be holding all questions for the classroom. So once we're done, most of the teachers will be heading back to their classrooms, and at that point, you can ask more in-depth questions about the curriculum. So the first person that we're going to have come up is Miss Alat Tweet.
Assalamu alaikum. My name is Ms. Alat Tweet. I am the middle school math teacher. I've been teaching middle school math this is my 8th year teaching middle school math. My 2nd year here at OCS, alhamdulillah. I have a BS in civil engineering and a single subject credential for math from CSULB, and inshallah will be cleared this year. For middle school math, we have 7th grade curriculum will cover the following topics: the real number system, algebraic expressions, equations, and inequalities, ratios, proportions, and percents, functions, and linear relationships. Very big focus on linear relationships for 7th grade, geometry and statistics and probability. And then for 8th grade, we have Math 8 and we have Algebra 1. For Math 8, we have a little bit of a smaller curriculum, but just because we want to focus on their foundation to get into high school, inshallah. Multi-step equations and inequalities, relations and functions, linear equations, system of equations and inequalities. And then that's the biggest differentiation between Math 8 and Algebra 1. We also include geometry and data analysis and probability. But when we get to Algebra 1, it's the same topics except for geometry. We go into polynomials, factoring, quadratics, radical equations, rational equations. And we just do a little bit of statistics, so when they get into geometry, they're prepared, inshallah.
Up next, we have Brother Ali for English and history.
Assalamu alaikum. My name's Ali. This is my first year here at the school and first year part of the community. So I got my bachelor's and master's in English literature at Cal State Fullerton, and I've been teaching for over 8 years at the college level, and just 10 years, more than 10 years overall. And for 7th grade, we are, for 7th grade, this is the kind of what we're trying to aim for. A lot of what we're doing is analysis and critical thinking, trying to help build their grammar, their writing, and really trying to focus on teaching them how to think and not what to think. And hopefully we can do that through, for various types of writing. And then for history, I know a lot of it is just memorizing, and that's kind of what the kids are used to. But even with history, we're trying to, focus on analyzing it and understanding why certain things happen in the history and why it keeps repeating itself. And then you'll see kind of what we're going to focus on for both 7th and 8th grade. And again, even with history, my main focus is to help build their critical thinking skills. So when they go out there into the real world, they understand how to articulate themselves better. Okay. That's pretty much it. Thank you.
Okay. Next, we'll have Miss Nadine.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you for being here. My name is Nadine Abdul Hamid. I'm the science teacher. This is my 2nd year teaching here at OCS, alhamdulillah. 9th year teaching. Okay, so 7th and 8th grade. 7th grade focuses on life sciences, cells, genetics, ecology. And 8th grade focuses on physical sciences, so chemistry, physics, introduction to physics and chemistry. We don't really go in depth, but this is what we focus on in 8th grade. We follow the next generation's science standards. These are the most recent standards. And we focus on building skills, science practices. That's what we focus on. And the biggest projects for students 7th grade, the annual project is the science fair. And for 8th grade, it's the Rube Goldberg. It's more engineering, which aligns better with more with their physical science curriculum.
Miss Anya Ismail for English.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Miss Anya. I am a teacher for 8th and 9th grade English. I teach AVID as an elective for 8th graders, and then I also do homeroom for 8th grade girls. A little bit about my background. I have a bachelor's in English from UC Berkeley. I have my master's in education and my single subject credential from UCLA. This is my first year at OCS, but it is my third year teaching, alhamdulillah. Before this, I was teaching in public schools in LA. So a little bit about what we're doing in 8th grade for English. I know standards are very difficult to look at, not fun. So I just put some learning targets. They just generally describe what we are doing in class. So those 8 are the main targets that we are focusing on in English. Currently, we are working on learning target 8, which is speaking. And we're going to be doing that through debate, fishbowl discussion, Socratic. And then we are also doing number 6, which is developing arguments. We're going to be doing that by learning what makes a good argument, what makes a strong argument, and writing argumentative essays. A little bit about the novels we are teaching this year. We have started with When Stars Are Scattered, so if any of you have 8th graders, you know that they're reading a graphic novel. For quarter 2, we're going to do classic literature, so we're going to do The Giver by Lois Lowry. And then quarter 3, informational text, so we're not going to be doing a novel study for that one. And then we're going to end the year with short stories for our narrative unit. A couple of things for upcoming projects. Already mentioned this, but we're going to be doing fishbowl discussions. We're going to be doing an argumentative report. And then one thing that's really exciting that a lot of the kids are really excited about is that we're working on a magazine publication called The Muslim Mosaic, where they get to publish their writing, inshallah. So that's kind of it for 8th grade English.
And Brother Mustafa for Islamic Studies.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I'm Mustafa Abdul Hafiz. It's my second year at OCS, alhamdulillah. And I'm the guy that's teaching Islamic Studies and Quran. Inshallah, it's for middle school, for 7th and 8th. It is only Islamic Studies, and then Quran is for high school, inshallah. How long have I been working with the youth? To me, for my age, it's been too long. It's been a while. And I've been working with the youth since I was 15 as a leader for youth in Jordan and Middle East. And then I came here just a couple of years ago, and I still was working with the youth, alhamdulillah, for what we're studying, inshallah. I do believe that the youth, especially now, need concrete aqidah. They just need to understand why they're teaching, why they're learning fiqh, why they're praying, why am I doing this because I'm Muslim, why am I supposed to fast? So we're just taking one step back, especially with the youth in circumstances in the US. So we are focusing more about understanding who is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from books that are, it's multiple books, but we do have the book of Creed in the school, but I take more than one resource from the books of the scholars, inshallah. And we do focus on Sahaba and Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. How were they raised? Why were they like this? What special aspects did they have? And then we focus on ethics with 7th specifically. So 7th and 6th, we do focus on ethics. And then 8th grade, later on, inshallah, we're going to start seeping in little by little into understanding the logic of why do I pray? Why do I do all this? And then, inshallah, later on, if they stay in the school, inshallah, 9th and high school is more fiqh-oriented, more understanding why I'm doing certain things, why am I Muslim, and then understanding just the connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because before teaching them anything about Islamic studies, they do have to understand why I'm Muslim, and why am I alive, why am I supposed to respect the Quran, why am I supposed to respect Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And that's what we're basically building for this year. So 7th is more building around ethics, understanding Islamic ethics, and understanding the Sahaba. 8th grade is focusing more on also Sahaba, but also understanding Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are going to be introduced to something called Question of the Week, inshallah. And that's starting 2 weeks from now. That is going to, they're called the questions of connection. So getting them closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and answering those questions will help them understand the logic of me as a worshipper to the Creator, inshallah. That's basically for 8th grade 7th.
And then just to end off our session, we're going to quickly just go over our elective classes. So 7th grade is taking 2 electives. I'll start with Avid class. That is with Brother Ali, and with Avid class, it is preparing them for the future. So it's working on several skills. So right now, the students all across middle school are working on public speaking skills, communication, interviewing skills. They move into like career pathways and college pathways come semester 2. For home ec, right now, Sister Aisha is working with all the girls. They're learning basic sewing, cooking skills. Mashallah, the kids are enjoying it. We actually see boys that enjoy it a lot more. They have fun just like working on their fine motor skills. And then Brother Ahmed is working with the boys in the leadership class. So inshallah, you guys saw that welcome letter go out a couple of weeks ago. 8th grade is led by Sister Aisha. She is working on Jummah report. For those of you who don't know, haven't seen it yet, it's a great little segment that the kids push out every week about the happenings of the school and what's coming up. And then second semester, they work on the yearbook. So they're the ones who put it out there and publish it. And for those of us who already know, Coach Ricardo is the PE teacher for the boys. And then Miss Hannah joined our team just a few weeks ago, and she is our girls' PE teacher. And she truly loves PE for what it is. So the girls are getting a good workout girls and boys are both getting a good workout with Coach Ricardo and Miss Hannah. And that is our session. So if you guys have any individual questions, please, more than welcome to ask it, but we're gonna have you guys head over to the classrooms and speak to the teachers more in depth. And if you haven't had a chance to meet with the Quran and Arabic teachers, they will also be on the modular side. For those of us on Zoom, we're gonna give it another 5-10 minutes before we start the high school session. Assalamu alaikum, parents. We're going to give it just another couple of minutes before we get started. Your last, Miss Rana. Just click on their slide and say, now I'd like to welcome this person here. Assalamu alaikum, parents. Thank you so much for joining us. I think you guys win whatever because this is the largest number of parents we've had in the room so far. Yeah, 6th grade wasn't that much. Middle school wasn't that much. For sure, you guys are winning. So we're gonna get started with Brother Mustafa, and then we'll just take it from there one by one. If you guys have individual questions, if you can just hold it till the very end, that way you can talk to the teachers in their classrooms. We'll still have a full half hour before back to school night is over.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Mustafa Abdul Hafiz. I've been with OCS for this is my 2nd year or a year and a half, depending. I'm the guy that's teaching Islamic studies in high school Quran. Something that is very important, and I keep telling the students, education, why is the education background? In Islamic studies, there is no education background. We're always a student of knowledge, and you always seek more knowledge, inshallah. And then it's always, I'm eager to shape young minds, inshallah. I've been working with the youth ever since I was 15, alhamdulillah, in Jordan, not here. This is only my 3rd year in the US, alhamdulillah. But in Jordan, I was working as a youth director, youth coordinator, and a Boy Scout leader for more than 7 years, alhamdulillah. And then, for high school Islamic studies, I do focus a lot on the importance of understanding why I'm Muslim, who is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, how do I understand the logic of me being Muslim. I think these are very important like classes or like lessons for the students, for them just to understand why I pray. Why do my parents tell me this is haram, this is halal? Why do my parents tell me, wallah, have these certain ethics or don't have these certain ethics? So we do focus on who Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is, himself, Jalla wa ala, and we focus on Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Sahaba themselves, like these stories. 9th grade, 10th grade, and 11th. 11th, I focus more, so I'm going to start from the top. 11th, I focus more on shubuhat because they're going to college. They need to understand when somebody's attacking them with the Sayyidina Aisha or the fact that they have, Prophet Muhammad had a lot of wives or whatever. We do take that side in 11th grade, shubuhat, and we take the side of Sahaba, them for understanding too. 10th grade, we do talk more about installing the ethics of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the life of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the life of the Sahaba around him, the people around Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and of course, just understanding the logic of me being a Muslim and what I have to do and what kind of responsibilities are over me. And then 9th grade, we do focus on, just like it's written there, the ethics and the connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I do rely on something called the questions of connection, which connect me to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as a human being. And then all of them, 9th to 11th, do take fiqh, but they take fiqh on the book of Imam al-Shafi'i. And they do take creed from also the book of creed from Dar al-Salam from Turkey. And we just focus generally on that. And then the Quran, I don't go the standard way with Quran where it's like read and recite. I go more in how do you reflect, how do I understand what is the Quran, why was this ayah revealed, why am I reading this ayah, why do I respect the Quran. From 9th to 11th, it is kind of different. 11th, alhamdulillah, they're doing tasmi' on a higher rhythm. 10th, mashallah, this year they're picking up pace. 9th, I'm getting in the rhythm with them again. I didn't have them for 8th. 9th now, I'm just making them understand why am I reading, why should I be motivated to read Quran, and what is the Quran itself, how does it affect me in the unseen world, and all that. Inshallah, alhamdulillah, for this year, Brother Ahmed, mashallah, started like a new session every month with Imam Suhaib Waib. Inshallah, yani we are working to make, inshallah, good Muslim minds to walk out, inshallah, from the school, ready to conquer, inshallah, whatever comes to them in university, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair.
So our first session with with Imam Suhaib Webb will be tomorrow, inshallah, with our 9th and 10th graders. Okay. So next we'll have Miss Anya.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. My name is Miss Anya. I am the English teacher for 9th grade and also for 9th grade honors. A little bit about my background in education. I got a bachelor's in English in UC Berkeley a couple years back, and then after that I went back to school to UCLA to get my master's in education and also my single subject credential in English. This is my first year at OCS, but not my first year teaching. Alhamdulillah, I've been teaching. This is my 3rd year. Before this, I was teaching in LA public schools. And so this is my first year here teaching in an Islamic environment, alhamdulillah. So a little bit about our 9th grade English curriculum. I know standards are not fun to look at, not fun to read, so I put learning targets up here. Hopefully it just gives you a little bit of a gist of the main targets we have for what we want to accomplish by the end of the school year. So we have citing a text, central ideas and themes, author's choice, research, independent reading, developing arguments, narrative writing, and speaking. So a couple of the novels that we are reading this year, we are starting with Long Way Down by Jason Reynolds. It is a graphic novel, something that was fun to help them get back into reading after the summer. Next semester, we're going to be doing classic literature book clubs. We're going to be doing Lord of the Flies for the boys and Little Women for the girls. 3rd quarter, we will be doing X by Ilyasa Shabazz. And then last quarter, we're going to be doing a collection of short stories in a book called Once Upon an Eid, where they're going to work on their narrative writing. So currently, we are on learning target 8 and 6, where they are doing developing arguments, and they are doing speaking. So we're going to be doing a lot of Socratic seminars, fishbowl discussions, class debates. They're going to be working on an argumentative report and things of that nature. Another thing that we are also working on right now, a lot of the kids are really excited about it, is our Muslim Mosaic publication. They are going to be, inshallah, publishing a magazine as a collective 8th and 9th grade class. And they will all have either a piece of writing, photography, illustration, some kind of stake in our magazine, and we'll be publishing that around in February, inshallah. And that is all from me, and then Miss Nadine will be next.
Assalamu alaikum, and thank you for being here again. My name is Miss Nadine Abdel Hamid. I am the science teacher. My background is in science. My teaching credential is in science. I've been teaching for 9 years, and this is my 2nd year here at OCS. So this year for 9th and 10th grade, 9th grade is, we're covering biology, and 10th grade is chemistry. We're following the NGSS, which is the most recent science standards that focuses on building skills, science practices, and science skills. So that's the main focus. So we don't have, it's not a single big project per year. For high school, there is a lot of mini projects. A lot of our units are project-based, so there is a lot of project-based learning happening. So there will be a lot of projects as we go, inshallah, through the year. Again, it's mostly hands-on. I believe most of you've had me, so it's the same learning style, inshallah. We're continuing this year. And next, Ms. Sahar.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. I know I've already talked to you guys one-on-one, but it just feels so different when we're up here. So a little bit about me. I have a bachelor's in history from Cal Poly Pomona, as well as a clear subject social studies credential and a master's in education from Cal Poly Pomona. Over the years, I've taught 12 years total. This will be my 6th year at OCS. Alhamdulillah. So for 9th grade world history, it's very much the big picture from a global perspective, okay? So whereas the textbook, for example, is designed from a European victor perspective, I like to provide students with different resources that gives them the idea of what happened in the past from the side of those who were oppressed, from the victims, from people like us. So it's not so much as the winners who get to tell the narrative of history. We cover topics from the rise of democracy, imperialism, industrialization. A lot of kids are very interested in World War II, but we have to know World War I to understand World War II. So then they're just surprised that 20 years later, a whole nother World War occurred. And then we finish it off with the Cold War. For US history, my 10th graders, it's the same concepts of imperialism, industrialization, World War I, World War II, but it's focused more from the US perspective. How did the US play a role in having all of these events in history happen? How did they rise to power? Where does the rise of racism and women's rights and immigrants and all of these issues that are embedded within the United States that make up the fabric of our society today? So I give them articles that show from the past, from primary sources, as well as articles from current events that still we face these issues today. They develop out of it writing assessments that can lead into debates, that can lead into their opinionated writing, and they end up doing a whole newspaper articles about these events, especially with immigration and labor laws and all of these topics that make up the United States. To do that, we work in groups. We corroborate sources together. We look at different media sources, and students practice these analytical skills so that they work on their speaking, their writing, and working well with others in terms of a social environment. And most importantly, we learn to respect other cultures and other opinions as well. I also teach AVID. So a lot of you seem to, at least the 10th grade parents, you have some understanding of AVID, but AVID is, I put up this Canva here that was made from one of my students from 10th grade because they had AVID with me last year. Overall, its purpose is to prepare students for college and career readiness. We look at different types of universities, whether it's CSU schools, a trade school, universities, and they have these options and these opportunities available to them. And it's so cute. In the beginning of the year, a kid will start off thinking they want to be a lawyer. By the end of the year, they'll somehow become, a doctor, or interior designer, or whatever it is. So we look at different career paths. And it's more guided or geared towards student pace. So however long it takes us to look at different universities, to analyze sources that tell us data about these universities, why would it be a benefit to us? That's what students look at when we're in AVID. Not only that, AVID is a program that was created in San Diego about 25 years ago to help low-income high school students have a better chance of getting accepted to college and attending university. But because it's been so successful, it has been a nationwide program that public schools take pride in the fact that they are an AVID school. So we learn strategies in writing, and inquiry, and collaboration, organization, and reading. And all of these strategies are embedded within the curriculum across math, science, history, and English. So with the 10th grade, what I'm doing now is we take our notes, let's say from a science class, and I want them to make them more focused notes. I want them to ask questions. So they didn't just take notes the first time, they go back and ask questions, they summarize, they process those notes to help them better understand the concepts and be successful in the long run. So yeah, that's what AVID is, inshallah. Yes. Oh, perfect. So DBQ is document-based questions. So it's a question, like a target question, and then they give you a series of documents, whether it's written from the time period or from the current period, or even sometime in between of someone that hasn't lived there at the time, a secondary source. And students will annotate it and analyze it and then come up with, they either do a written assessment, some kind of debate, or some kind of collaboration project that I designed for them so that they're exposed to different articles and resources. Yeah. But we already did our first one for 9th grade honors and for 10th grade. yeah, we already started. It's like week 3, and I'm already pushing them to do these DBQs because it really gives them a variety of sources to get their minds thinking about the past from different perspectives. So we look at, do we agree or disagree with this document? Is there a bias in this document? What's the point of view of this person? And do they have a hidden agenda that we know that that's what idea they're pushing for? But yeah. Oh, so Stanford University is a different program. So the reason I put these up is to let you know that I don't just use the textbook. So I get different sources. The Stanford University is also a history, what's it called? The Stanford History, the project, yeah. So then they also provide teachers with resources of like primary, secondary sources that I can assign to students. Yeah. So again, I create like a question that goes with it, and either it's a written piece, some kind of collaborative piece, or project, overall project. Yeah. So it's not. I like to provide them with the resources so they're not getting random articles from online, so that they know that this is a reliable source. Yeah. I think, brother. Thank you for your time.
I'm going to use the podium if that's okay. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Mujib Tahir. My education is in English from Cal State Fullerton. I've been teaching since 2013, and I did a couple of years of teaching in Kuwait, overseas. I've been at OCS since last year, and this year is my first year doing the entire year, 10th grade and 11th grade English. So although I discourage it, I know many of our students leave high school early, and so I place a great emphasis on preparation for college classes, both in 10th grade and 11th grade. Some of the literature that we read in 10th grade includes a play by Shakespeare, a shorter text by Leo Tolstoy, a few other readings as well, and each of these longer texts, every quarter, they're supplemented with shorter readings, poetry, and fiction as well. In 10th grade also, there's an emphasis on grammar and writing, and also a lecture style of teaching and a lot of classwork, and I go around and work with students on that classwork. 11th grade is an American literature class, and so everything we read in that class is American literature, going back to 19th century literature and even more recent 20th century literature as well. There is an emphasis on research in that class, which prepares them for the writing they do in freshman composition in college. And also there is an emphasis on class discussion in 11th grade. So not as much classwork or lecture style of teaching, but a lot of discussion and close reading of texts together as a class. I am happy to answer other questions in the classroom, but I'm also always available via email, so please feel free to email me if you have questions or you'd like to discuss your student in particular. Thank you.
Last but not least, we'll have Ms. Rana.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. You all know me. My name is Rana. I have my bachelor degree in electronics engineering, and I have my Master of Science in Instructional Design and Technology. Alhamdulillah, this year I completed my single subject teaching in math. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And I've been teaching since 1994. I was 5 years old. I'm a proud mom of 4 kids, Abrar and Jude, and 2 more twin boys, alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. For the curriculum, ninth graders take geometry path, and 10th graders take the algebra 2 path. As you all know, there is honors and standard classes. And alhamdulillah, I teach the same exact curriculum in both honors and standard. However, the students are expected to work with a faster pace in honors class. They will take more homework, and the tests will be more challenging. So the school, we met together as a team, Ms. Sumaya, Ms. Nadine, Ms. Mesa, everyone, and we kind of discussed this is where the students are placed. What else? There's a lot of projects that we take. One of the projects that I shared with you for geometry, it's the transformation unit, where the students can work as architectures. And for the algebra 2, they work with rational functions, and they experience to test the ratio of the medication using rational functions. So basically like doctors, but they can implement math with it, which is amazing. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. And when I want to talk about ninth graders, I want to pause a little bit. I cannot thank Ms. Ala enough for preparing those students for, mashallah, geometry. The lesson that used to take me about 30 minutes, it takes me right now 10 minutes. So Jazakallah khair, we work together as a team. Wallahi, I can't ask for a better person than Ms. Ala. I don't know where she is, but alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin, she did an amazing job preparing those students for high school. 11th grade, we take pre-calculus, and it's a lot of curriculum. The students, when they're done from pre-calculus, they are ready to go and excel in calculus. Alhamdulillah, all the students who graduated last year, they text me, Ms. Rana, we covered this. We covered all of it so far. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. We also take some projects such as series, reference guide, and when we learn about trig, we model it with the daylight hours data, so using the sines and cosines functions. These are fun projects the students get to do during math class and have fun as well. Have you seen the math room? If you did not visit M10, please come visit us. Alhamdulillah, we got those amazing dry erase desks which maximized the room, the space of the room. Every single student gets to have his own or her own board. They write, they solve problems, and it can give them instant feedback, which is amazing for every single one of them. They collaborate together. I can change quickly the setup of the room. Inshallah, we can have this for all classes, inshallah. And that should do it for me. Thank you.
And then last but not least, we have our elective classes. So I'll start with ninth grade. Miss Jude is joining us again with our ninth graders. Last year, she took on public speaking, and she's doing it, working with our current ninth graders and doing a wonderful job. Our second semester, they're going to be doing MUN to prepare them for their Turkey trip next year, inshallah. And then 10th grade is focusing on financial literacy, just giving them an idea of what the real world looks like, how to manage your money at just like the base level. And then for those of us who haven't met our PE teachers, we have Brother Owais, Coach Owais. He is also the basketball coach as well for the boys. And then Miss Hannah, who has started with us earlier this month. She loves PE. I don't know if your girls have already come home talking about it, because she is pushing them to their max. Not only is she is their PE teacher, but she is also the basketball coach and soccer coach. And that is it for our program tonight. Thank you for joining us. Oh, Miss Mason needs to add one thing.
So originally, I wasn't going to bring this up because I wanted to push the water fountain campaign. We were trying to raise $10,000 to replace all of our water fountains. One kid very nicely told me the water tastes like carrots. So I don't know what that means. We do change the filters, I promise you, but they are the unit itself. So mashallah, it already got covered, the 10,000. We just literally put it up today, and the 10,000 has been covered. So I'm going to ask for different money. No, but I really, mashallah, it wasn't easy transforming M10. For you who don't know, it's the last room of the modulars. It was storage. There was like a chainsaw and boxes and bikes, and it was junk. And Miss Rana Haram, she saw it and she's like, this is my room. And we transformed it, and a donor stepped forward and paid $4,000 to get all those. They're rolling desks. So when you see it, not only is the top a whiteboard, the bottom it's wheels. So she can make it all different, and rolling chairs. It's beautiful. I kept saying, don't put money in something that we're gonna, but it's the desks and chairs. It's not the room. I know the room is much uglier than the desk itself. I mean, the modulars, you know. Hopefully, inshallah, we can get rid of all those modulars. So if anyone would like to support, I would love to see that in Miss Alet's room. I would to see it in the other classrooms, this nicer furniture. So if anyone wants to take on a project or has some ideas, do come see me or Miss Sumaya. We love to give the best space for our students as possible. And subhanAllah, we never imagined that this room would become that. So I do highly recommend after this to go see M10 and how it really transformed, mashallah. So jazakallah khair for not giving up, and probably you cried probably that day. I know you did. You went home and cried when we told you that was your classroom, but mashallah, she made the best of it. So jazakallah khair, everyone. I'll leave it to you guys to ask questions, or maybe everyone walk back to their classrooms so you can ask questions in the classrooms, inshallah. Thank you so much, everyone. Assalamu alaikum.